Nampak tak?
Nampak doktor?
Nampak Okay. Okay, so when we talk about Islamization, so first, what is Islamization from your perspective lah? What is Islamization actually? What is integration actually? Being an IUM students, so what is your thought on this one? Si dah belajar kan unggas, right? Ya tak?
Yes.
Apa dia Islamization? What is Islamization?
For me, Islamization is like when you take anything and put it under influence of Islam, so it
Under
becomes
influence, with the influence of Islam. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, let's have a look at the definition. So the definition is, it's coming from the verb Islamize, Islam, which is to convert everything to Islam. Okay, so in the field of Islamization or integration of knowledge, there were two prominent scholars lah, two prominent scholars who actually initiated Islamization concept. So first is Al-Atas, the second one is Al-Faruqi. So these are the definition of Islamization from Al-Atas and Al-Faruqi. So from Al-Atas, it's the liberation of man from magical, mythological, animistic, national cultural tradition, and then from secular control over his reason and his language. And from Al-Faruqi, integrating the new knowledge. Okay, so apa yang beza nampak kat sini? Al-Atas is liberation. Maksudnya Al-Atas ni want to takes away takes us away from the magical thoughts or the magical methodology, mythological, animistic, national cultural tradition or any secular punya influence. But for Al-Faruqi, it would like to integrate the new knowledge into corpus of Islam. Okay, maksudnya the ready knowledge ni we integrate into the Islamic perspective. Okay, so all in all, according to IUM policy, so the Islamization of human knowledge means process of conversion of human knowledge into Islam. Okay. So betul lah macam siapa tu nama Hasanul cakap tadi kan. So we put everything that we learn into Islamic perspective kan. Okay. So what is actually that we want to Islamize? So the thing that needs to be Islamized is the Western secular knowledge, but not the religious knowledge, because the religious knowledge is already Islamic, right? Okay, and then the Islamization of, what is Islamization of the practice of profession is the process of conversion of our current practice to Islam. Okay, and the very basis of this concept of Islamization of knowledge is Islamic worldview. So dekat Unggas ada belajar kan, you have learned about Islamic worldview, right?
yes.
What is Islamic worldview? What are the main component of Islamic worldview?
Revelation.
Revelation? One of it, yeah, can be. But first of all, what is Islamic worldview? In Malay, we call it cara hidup Islam. Cara kita berpandang tu cara pandangan Islam kan? Betul tak? Okay. So, okay, let's have a look at Islamic worldview. So, three main principle of Islamic worldview is, first, of course, we need Tawheed, which is the very fundamental is the concept of tauhid. So tauhid ni the root is from the word wahid, yeah, wahid. So wahid means one. Okay, so this tauhid is the concept of oneness of Allah. Okay, and the second principle of Islamic worldview is the concept of khalifah. So maksudnya in our apa daily view of a Muslim, as a Muslim, we need this tauhid. We need to believe in oneness of Allah. We need the concept of Khalifah, which is what IUM has been trying to impart nowadays. Yeah, the concept of Khalifah to our graduates now. So bila kita kata Khalifah, apa maksudnya? So it should brings a meaning of responsibility. So responsibility, a lot of responsibility is put onto us lah. As a human, as a friend, as a child, as a student, as an audiologist. So we need to take this responsibility and lead the world to be apa in a way that Allah has commanded us, amal ma'ruf wa nahi munkar, right? And and then the third concept of Islamic worldview. So in every act of our action, so first we need to believe in Allah, and then we need to apa deliver our responsibility, and in each of these steps, we need to apply the concept of adalah, which is justice. So we need to be just in every aspect of our life. Termasuklah tadi yang when we deliver our responsibility. Okay, so let's have a look at the we zoom in we zoom in at the concept of tauhid. Okay, so tauhid ni, I think you know better than me, but let's discuss this. Yeah, okay. So tauhid is a general view of reality, of truth, of the world, of space and time, of human history and destiny. Yeah? So in this concept of tauhid, we are testing our faith with the unseen elements, angels, prophet, heaven and hell, reward and retribution, even with qada and qadar, why things happen this way, not happen that way, why do I need to go to apa SASMAC, not going to JC, semua ni ada tauhid dia tersendiri. Okay, so every of this ni involve the belief in qada and qadar, and these are tauhid. Kenapa grade dia tinggi, why my grade rendah. So semua ni ada konsep tauhid yang kita kena percaya. Everything happens apa not in fallacy. Semua ada dia punya, all of this has its own arrangement by Allah, and yeah, Allah has planned this. Yeah. So according to Al Faruqi just now, the scholars that is from one of the scholars who is very prominent of apa to introduce the concept of Islamization. So there are 5 principles of Tauhid. So maksudnya these are the main core lah of Tauhid. So what are the main component of Tauhid? First is duality, two order of reality. So in Tauhid, you need to believe there is God, there is non-God. There is creator, and when there is creator, there is non-creator. So maksudnya when there is creator, there is creation. Okay? So ada two kita panggil two category of two category of reality lah, we call it. Okay, and this category of reality is ideationality in nature. Apa maksud ideationality ni? Ideationality ni maksud we can gather or we can gain the belief in the God ni, or the belief in oneness of God as the creator, oneness of Allah as the creator, through thinking, through ideas, through our observation. And this how can we, maksudnya uh, if I can give you example ya, kalau macam ideationality ni dia tak ada dalam it's not in other religion. Kenapa kata tak ada dalam other religion? For example, uh, Hindu, they have apa tu, patung gajah for example. They mix God to physical. So in Islam we don't do that. The concept of God is through our thinking, and because Allah has given us the faculty of mind to observe two things actually. How do we get to understand the concept of God and things is through two things. First is through the revelation of Allah, the Quran itself, the words of God. And kat situ Allah has mentioned, oh okay, qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad. So all of the characteristic of God is being apanya, being described in the Quran, right? And the second one, we could actually attain the belief in God through our observation towards the creation of Allah, our observation towards the world, our observation. Kita tengok when we see moon, who created the moon, why the moon when the moon is moving to get when sun is moving, why does it not collide with other planets, for example, or when earth the earth is moving, why it doesn't collide, right? So this observation brings us to the tauhid, yeah. And this observation and the apa kita panggil, macam the build of belief in Allah is ideational in nature, through thinking, through observation. We do not put Allah as a physical things in order for us to believe. Okay, itu maksudnya. Okay. And then the concept of teleology. Okay. So what is teleology ni? The cosmos is created for a purpose. That is, the purpose is to serve the creator. Yeah. So when we believe in the concept of teleology ni, okay, that the cosmos is created to serve the creator. So tak adalah we say that, oh, okay, the earth is a result of explosion, for example. Tak adalah kita believe in Big Bang Theory or whatnot. Okay. So although Allah has mentioned ada hole yang create the earth and whatnot, but it's not created apa, it's not by chance. Okay. Semua ni has been planned by Allah, and Allah has shown the proof in the Quran. So everything has been planned, and the plan of Allah to create this world is to serve Him. Okay. Semua, bukan kita je, bukan manusia yang serve Allah. Everything, pokok, apa, hujan, semua is created to serve Allah. Okay. And okay. And number 4, the principle of Tauhid is the capacity of man and malleability of nature. So the realization in number 3 ni, okay, in the cosmos, the creation of the earth and the world must be possible in space and time. Okay, mesti ada historinya, ada logic kat mana creationnya, ada tak boleh ada missing step yang unknown macam tu. So that is tauhid. Okay. Sebab tu when Allah mention the creation of earth, berapa hari Allah created earth, semua dimension secara teratur in space and time. Tak ada satu benda yang macam mana, ada dulu ada space-nya, nowadays the space is gone. Tak boleh macam tu. Okay. So the responsibility, and the last one is responsibility and judgment. So to believe in Tawheed, we need to believe that the man is responsible for his action. Bukan tak apalah dapat I jahat because Allah nak jadikan I jahat. So that's fine. Bukan salah I jahat. Sebab Allah nak jadikan I jahat. So that is not Tawheed. Yeah? Okay. So far ada any comment or anyone to would like to add? Because I think you guys are better than me. Okay. Anyone? Or shall macam ada? Or shall we continue?
No from me, doctor.
Okay, we'll continue first and then ke ada? Tak ada. So we continue
No.
first. Okay, we'll continue and then after that, after this, we will see how this concept of Tawheed, the concept of Khalifah is being integrated into our clinical practice. Okay, so these are the concept of Khalifah. Men have to make use of the given intellect. And when they are given intellect, they are expect to manage the world and his worldly affairs. So tak ada, there's no concept yang okay, I can live by my own. I don't have to take care of others. Asalkan kerja I siap, klinik I siap, dah macam tu. Okay, tak ada rohnya, tak ada rasa responsibility dekat dalam kita as a clinician, as a student, as a lecturer. Okay, so we need to have this concept that we need to manage this world. Okay, tak kisahlah walaupun dunia kita ni kecil je. Katalah kita tak boleh nak jadi, say we cannot be PM or we cannot be, say for example Donald Trump or whatever. But we have our own territory that we need to manage, right? So even simple things, you need to manage your room, betul tak? Tak boleh kasih sepah. You need to manage your car. Everything comes with responsibility. Yeah? And to guide self and others towards life in the hereafter. Amal ma'ruf nahi munkar. Okay. Okay, sama lah ni. And to promote, implement, and sustain on what Islam champions. And this is what we call dakwah. Yeah. So every one of us is holding the responsibility of dakwah. Even macam saya cakap, even a very very small action pun boleh jadi dakwah. If you lead your life, if you show good example, it can become also part of dakwah. Yeah. And you need to bring benefits to others. Okay, that is what I believe what we are for, what we are here for. Yeah, we are here as an audiologist or to be an audiologist, and this is what we are actually going for, to benefit others. Yeah. And the concept of adalah is simply translated as justice, fairness. Okay, placing the things in the right place. Okay. So, the concept of adalah ni, here comes ethics, professionalism. Adalah ni bukannya je macam okay, ada nasi lemak dua, you ada nasi lemak dua. Okay, so satu kena bagi dekat Asanul, satu kena bagi dekat Ain Zahira. Bukannya seorang dapat satu is adalah je. No, when you are in your clinic, how do you imply the concept of adalah ni? Macam mana you nak imply concept of adalah in your clinic or as a clinician? Anyone?
Like providing the management appropriately
Yep.
according to the vision.
Very good. providing the management appropriately. That one contains the concept of adalah, concept of khalifah, your responsibility as clinician to do good things, to deliver what is appropriate to the patient. Betul? Lagi ada anyone? How is the concept adalah being applied as a clinician?
May I try?
Yep,
Take responsibility for whatever you diagnose and give.
betul. Take responsibility for whatever you diagnose. Betul, I agree. So, okay, one more thing. Okay, for example, you see a patient and then this patient has otitis media. Okay, so would you like to just keep the patient onto your management ataupun you refer to other professions? Otitis media,
Refer to
bagi
ENT.
refer to ENT. Why you need to refer to ENT?
Because they know how to help them better than us.
Yes, because they know how to help them. Okay, ada patient, say for example, ada seorang patient mana tadi message I. Uh, the child was in a very great pain. Seen ENT three days before. So, dia cakap dah tak tahan, boleh tak nak datang klinik audio esok. So, how should I reply that patient? How am I being ideal to the patient? If I am in the business line, I can for sure say, okay, datanglah besok, datanglah klinik saya. I can get some money for the from the patient because the patient is coming, bayar fees, so I get the money, I get the income for the clinic. Okay, but being adalah, I know that is out of my territory dah, out of my control, out of my expertise dah to manage the pain. Okay, dia dah see ENT doctor for 3 days, still in pain. So, what I should do? I should actually advise the patient to go to the emergency unit because dah pain dah 3 hari, after medication pun still in pain. So, this is considered as immediate referral lah. Okay. So, kat situ nampak konsep of adalah. Even if you are a tester in the testing room. So, are you being ideal if you take more of your testing time and then because of whatever reason you uh, you took too long to test the first patient, comes the second patient punya slot tu dah diambil sedikit oleh the first patient because you took so long to test. Then the second patient, say for example, patutnya ada 1 hour, dah jadi 40 minutes sahaja. Because the first patient has exceeded 20 minutes. So, is it adil? It's not adil.
No.
Nampak kat situ? You are taking the hak of the next patient because of whatever reason, incompetency or whatever. So, kat situ, kat mana konsep adil? Ini kita nampak lagi deep lah kan. Okay. So, nampak tak? In every of our action in the clinic, we need to bear in mind of these 3 things. Okay. So, tauhid, apa tadi? Responsibility, khalifah as well as adil. Okay. Boleh Okay. Let's go to the Islamization of knowledge. So there are 2 approaches. I think I wouldn't go very deep on this one. I have prepared you the slide. You can read after this. But okay, according to Ismail Al-Faruqi, the Ismail Al-Faruqi punya approach is more onto macam mana? Integrating whatever knowledge we have now, integrate, see which element that is not suitable according to Islamic perspective, integrate Islamic perspective into that element, macam tu. Okay, but according to Said Naqib Al-Atas, you need to take out every secular knowledge, take out, start new and put Islam replace the knowledge totally with the Islamic concept. Okay, so in summary, Ismail Al-Farqi more onto integration, Said Naqil Al-Atas more onto isolating. Dia tak nak pakai langsung knowledge yang daripada western, tak nak pakai langsung. Kita start daripada Islamic scholars macam tu. Okay, there are two approaches lah. Okay, I'll just skip this one, nanti bacalah sendiri. So why is it important to integrate the Islamization into the allied health profession? So first, we would like to create awareness among Muslim practitioners that each theory and practice of the profession can be traced to Islamic sources. Okay, and to conceptualize the Islamic worldview in the standards of profession, and to draw a meaningful parallelism in the Islamic inputs to the various aspects of theory and practice, and to promote some basic understanding of Islam for those from various religious background as well as Muslim, to reduce misunderstanding that may exist, to accept knowledge, affirm, adopt, invite, promote, support, and refute the discussions pertaining to the Islamic worldview. Okay, nanti you boleh baca ni. I think I have actually discussed about this. Why is it important? But yeah, this is the summary lah. Okay. So there are a few principles of Islamic ethics according to WHO. Okay. So first is man is honored. Okay. So maksudnya we honor the patient, and if we honor the patient, we actually understand that the human has the right to live, and his life is respected and protected. Okay, we need to help as a healthcare professionals. We need to help to save life. Nanti I cakap lagi pasal saving lives ni. Okay, and then the concept of equity. Tak ada macam say because we need to treat every patient equally. Bukan because of this man is rich, we treat this man better, this man is poor, we treat this man uh, teruk kan. Tak boleh macam tu. And concept of ihsan, doing well. So in ihsan ni, we give our best. The concept, if we give our best, one of the definition of ihsan is as if we do things as if Allah can see us, kan? So that's why we need to give our best. Similar goes to you lah. Okay, goes to the clinic. You go to the clinic. Prepare the best, deliver the best. Macam tu But I understand the learning ni dia bukannya macam flat kan. So hari pertama mungkin tak berapa reti macam mana nak tekan dial PTA. So hari kedua you should be able to tekan dial PTA sebab hari pertama dah belajar. Jangan macam dia flat je. Tak pandai terus, tak pandai. Dia kena ada improvement. Okay. And then we need to give charity. Charity ni in terms of what? Takkanlah nak semua patient datang, kita nak hulur RM5 ataupun RM10, right? No. The charity is when we do gentle to the patient. So, nanti I talk a lot more on gentle and compassionate touch ni and giving nature ni. Okay? And we need to be mindful of God in every of our action. And then the fifth principle is we do no harm and we cause no harm. Okay. Okay. When we integrate the Islamic input, the concept of medical ethics, our resources should be Al-Quran, Hadith, and Ijtihad lah. Okay. And when we make a decision, sometimes we need to make a decision in the clinic. Okay, hearing aids. Hearing aids nak bagi kepada patient A or patient B. Say for example, you have funding kan. So which patient do you actually would like to prioritize? So how do you make decision? So kat sini lah. So your decision should first be on the basis of maintenance of life. Maksudnya Antara dua tu, mana yang lagi critical? Uh, which one is more fatal? So yang mana fatal tu, the life is more in danger. Yang itu yang kita selamatkan dulu. Okay. The second one is protection of an individual's belief. Maknanya ni akidah lah. Okay. In every of our decision, yang mana yang menyelamatkan akidah seseorang dulu? Then we prioritize that one. Then the third one is maintaining the intellect. So in every of our decision, yang mana satu yang membantu dia dalam pembelajaran or membantu dia function as a human, nak bagi dia berfikir, nak bagi dia boleh buat sendiri, itu yang kita dulukan lah. We prioritize. Okay. And the preservation of progeny. Okay. Mana yang progeny ni apa yang kita panggil? Uh, what you call it in English, in Malay, salasila. Apa? Uh,
Keturunan.
yes, keturunan salasila. Okay, keturunan. And preservation of honor and integrity and protection of property. So you need to make your decision, prioritize your decision according to this order. Okay? Okay. So how do we integrate the Islamic input in our profession? How do we Islamize our profession? Okay. So we have actually discussed all of these characteristics of Islamic worldview that we need to impart as a clinician, right? But how actually we impart this? So before you say anything, let me, boleh juga kita buka pada discussion. How actually you Islamize your profession? Kalau sebelum ni rasa-rasa macam belum practice Islamization as a clinician, but after this lecture, after half of this lecture, do you have any idea how do you want to Islamize your profession? Ada tak?
Doctor, can I try?
Ya.
Okay. I'm not sure if this is Islamizing my actions or deed, but let's say if we are about to put the headphone during PTA on our patient, and then before that we say macam okay, Bismillah, macam I don't know, macam say Bismillah before starting something like that.
Yeah, that's very good. Tak payah takut-takut, betul-betul ke tak? Bismillah tu memang
Okay.
memang we should do as a Muslim, right? Because
Yes.
we need, that is the concept of ihsan, kan? We see
Yes.
Allah in in every of our action. Maksudnya we are aware that Allah is actually the one who enable us to do something. So that's why we say Bismillah dengan nama Allah. Okay? Itu konsep of ihsan tadi. Okay? Anything else? Very good. Siapa tadi tu?
Auni, doctor.
Auni. Very good, Auni. Okay. Anyone else? Ada? Amirul?
Doctor, what about asking permission before we do something, especially when it involves touching other genders?
Yeah, that's very good. Okay. That's very good. Actually, what if we are asking permission, dia dalam apa tadi? It's actually dalam medical ethics, ya. So Islamic medical ethics, man is honored. Okay. So man is honored. We honor the right of the man towards his body, towards himself. Okay. So that's why sebelum kita, even perempuan pun, even before we touch, saya sentuh sikit ya, minta izin macam tu kan. So tak perlulah, awak kisah tak kalau saya sentuh awak? Itu macam we put it in a nice way lah, right? In a very apa kita panggil relax, tak adalah macam pressure dia nak jawab, oh tak boleh sentuh saya ke apa. So yeah, that's a good thing. Okay. Lagi? Anyone else? Tak ada? Tak ada Okay. So kalau tak ada, I'll give you one example from Dr. Omar Hassan Kasuli. Dr. Omar Hassan Kasuli ni is very good. You can search his articles, his research, banyak pasal Islamization in medical or health profession. Okay. I'd like to give you the example by Omar Hassan Kasuli, the Tawhidic paradigm in medical practice. How the medical practice, how you can incorporate Tawhid in the medical practice, or kita pun boleh ambil in health practice. Yeah. And then I'll talk about the ongoing work of mine and my colleague in the field of audiology. Okay. Okay, first, let's talk about the work by Dr. Omar Hassan, Prof. Omar Hassan Kasuli. Okay, first, he mentioned about bedside visit. So, okay, as a Muslim, okay, have you ever thought that, okay, as a clinician, you are actually not just holding you are actually holding two caps, the professional caps and then the Muslim cap. Okay, if you see that someone is sick, for example, okay, it's a responsibility as a Muslim to visit the sick person, kan? Okay, so whenever you are actually doing the bedside visit, ataupun you ada pergi ward atau pergi, even the patient comes to you. So kat sini you are actually uh, delivering your responsibility as a Muslim to visit a sick person. Ini dipanggil wujub iyad al-marid. Okay? Wujub iyadah al-marid, ya. Wajib kita melawat orang sakit. Okay? So that's why kita, when we are actually having two caps, tadi I cakap two caps kan, sebenarnya we cannot actually wear two caps. Maksudnya bila kita wear two caps tu, maksudnya we are actually discriminating antara Muslim punya roles as well as professional roles. No, we need to actually wear just one cap, where this one cap is having dual function, the professional function and the social function, Muslim social function. Okay, so that's why adab while visiting a patient, we greet the patient, we make dua for the patient, we talk to the patient with a positive word, and we give love and empathy. Okay, so bila hearing impaired patient comes to your clinic, do you consider that as a sick person? Consider that as sick person is your responsibility to show a good adab to the sick person lah. So in the clinic tak salah pun, it doesn't make you less professionals pun if you make doa for the patient. Okay, tak apa, saya doakan, insyaAllah kita doakan akan bertambah baik, macam tu. Tapi bagi a good doa lah, janganlah bagi yang false positive doa pula kan. So kalau you tahu, macam contoh for example, you tahu this patient have for example, you know that this person having profound hearing loss, sensory neural hearing loss for example. Dia cakap, okay tak apa, kita doakan telinga cik baik macam biasa, seperti keadaan seperti dulu. Boleh, memanglah boleh nak macam mana boleh, tapi you are actually giving false hope. Okay, apa yang you boleh doa? Tak apa, insyaAllah kita doakan urusan cik dipermudahkan. Okay, senang nak berkomunikasi, senang nak baca Quran because of hearing loss ni. Tu tak ada masalah. Okay, faham? So it doesn't make you less professionals kalau you baca bismillah. It doesn't make you less professionals kalau you make doa to your patient in the clinic. Tak ada masalah. That is actually what you should do actually as a Muslim clinician. Okay? Boleh faham?
Faham.
Yes, faham.
Okay. Another one is yang ni yang make doa ni lah. So spiritual approach to care. Okay, ini yang kita make doa. Nanti I bagi you a few more example of how we can actually integrating this spiritual approach in our audiology clinic. Ya, nanti I bagi few example. So kat sini dia cakap doa is medicine and the best medicine is the Quran. Okay, so sebab tu kalau macam patient comes to you, kan macam dia kata susah nak dengar. Tak salah pun you nak kata macam mana dengan kalau nak baca Quran senang tak? So that can become one of the motivation of why this patient need to be assisted, or why this patient needs, example, hearing aids, or why this patient needs cochlear implant, for example. That can become a motivation or the goal of your rehabilitation. Okay. And kat sini yang siapa tadi tanya, Zahira dia tanya apa, do we need to ask permission nak sentuh patient, especially yang bukan mahram. Kalau yang perempuan nak kena buka tudung lepas depan clinician lelaki, kena tanya dulu sama ada dia selesa to be attended by male clinician or not, right? So kat sinilah in the medical procedure we are actually aware of liabilities and responsibilities. We seek for permission for any process that need to be conducted. That's how actually we integrate the Islamization as well. Okay. Okay, and whenever we make a decision, we need to consider the balance of benefit and risk. Okay, for example, certain procedure is good for the patient, but it also contains some risk. So we need to balance that. Macam mana nak balance that? Tadi, according to maqasid syariah just now. Okay, do we which one do we prioritize? According to the maqasid syariah that we discussed just now. Okay. Start procedure with basmalah. See, tak ada salah pun. Memang this is what recommended to us. Okay. And everything should be predicted with insyaAllah, if Allah wishes, because we have no control over we have no control over the results, kan. So if Allah permit this patient to become better, then he will become better. So that's why we need to say insyaAllah. Okay, and then we need to give supportive care to the family. Ini kalau macam medical nursing punya background lah, tapi kalau macam audiology background, macam mana we need to give supportive care? How do we give supportive care ni? Anyone?
How about when we support the patient when the patient is wearing hearing aid, and then we motivate them to take care of their hearing via hearing aids and so on.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, that is one form of supportive care. Another supportive care, we do not just care for the patient, we care for their family members too. That's why in some part of rehabilitation, we actually involve our family members. That's why if you have ever heard about third party disability. Third party disability ni maksudnya when hearing loss affected this patient, it is not the hearing loss is not just affecting the patient, but the hearing loss could also affecting the partner. Macam mana hearing loss affecting the partner? Stress ni, cakap tak dengar-dengar, gaduh, suami isteri gaduh. Emak dengan anak lama dah tak cakap because emak malas nak cakap, dia nak cakap dengan anak sebab dia tak boleh nak dengar apa anak cakap. Anak pula malas nak cakap dengan mak, cakap tak faham. So nampak siapa yang affected? Patient, not just patient is affected. The third party ataupun dia punya communication partners is also affected. So with this kind of situation, we need to actually measure what are the level of third party disability, and also involve these third parties in the counselling section, for example, or in the management of hearing aids. Involve, cakap kalau you tak pakai akan affect ni juga. So the responsibility of wearing hearing aids, maintaining the hearing aids tu tak adalah pada patient saja. Bukannya dia nak bantu diri dia, dia nak bantu orang sekeliling dia juga. So orang sekeliling dia pun ada responsibility yang sama untuk bantu this patient, untuk maintain hearing aids, untuk pakai hearing aids, and to make sure that the hearing aids is truly beneficial. Okay, faham? Okay. And then ini pun samalah, dealing with family members, the right to visit, encourage family members in the patient care and whatnot. Yang ni kita dah discuss. Okay. Give me a 2 minutes break, and then after this we go into the work that I have done. Okay. Sekejap.
Alright, doktor.
Okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. Semua okay?
Waalaikumsalam, doktor.
Masih okay? Sorry lah, hari ni sebenarnya saya sangat pack tau. Daripada pagi ada klinik, balik ada Islamization Clinic, lepas ni ada lagi satu benda. Tadi pun ada orang contact untuk tanya apa benda lah pasal nak ada talk lepas ni. Okay, tak apa. So, mari continue. Okay. So, mana dia? Okay. Here. Kak ada yang dah tidur ni? Jangan tidur tau. Nanti saya panggil nama. Okay, at the end of the lecture, nantilah last kali, I'll pass you the links to attendance So nanti dalam tu you see, you fill in your attendance, and then I ada tanya beberapa soalan lah on this Islamization class nanti. You jawab lah Okay. Okay. Boleh nampak ni? Boleh nampak ke?
Nampak.
Nampak
Nampak.
ya? Okay. Okay. So I am not sekejap. I tak record kan? Tada. Okay. As a disclaimer, I'm not anywhere expert in the Islamization of knowledge ni, but I have a huge interest in this field. Okay, so I would like to share to you what are the work that have been conducted in the field of Islamization of audiology. Okay, I divided my work into fundamental work as well as clinical work. Fundamental ni I want to understand the root of hearing sciences ni from Islamic perspective. Okay, and the clinical work ni more onto the application of Islamization punya concept in the clinical practice. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so first fundamental work is this review that I wrote together with other department members. So in this review, we discuss about the responsibility towards hearing impairment. Okay, so the responsibility, there are few parties lah actually who are responsible towards hearing impairment. So the first is government lah, of course. So the government ni is under the principle of daruriyat in maqasid syariah, the protection of religion. Okay, so when someone is having hearing impairment without assistance, there are possibility yang their ability to practice Islamic teaching or Islamic responsibility is being affected because of the hearing impairment. I give you example. Uh, Macam orang yang ada hearing impairment, susah nak dengar orang ceramah, for example. So the attainment of religious knowledge is affected there. Okay, so here comes the responsibility of us lah, to actually help these hearing impaired individuals as a mean to protect his religion. Okay, to protect his religion in order for this hearing impaired patient to perform his religious duty, uh, to perform da'wah, for example, to be a khalifah. So we need to help them. Okay, and the responsibility of the government ni is because of the all of us, the citizens, is under the responsibility of the government. So the welfare of this hearing impaired person ni uh, is fall under the responsibility of the government juga. Okay, so that's why government ada buat dana untuk bantu orang yang hearing impaired and that's what not. Okay, pusat zakat for example, is one of the responsibility actually, sebab nanti I tunjuk kat you, there was a study conducted by my student and me, showing that people yang ada hearing impaired ni, they face a lot more difficulties to perform their religious practice. Okay, and it is also the responsibility of the community to help people with hearing impairment. This is by hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah. So the summary of the hadith is, who alleviates the needs of a needy person, Allah will alleviate his needs in the world and the hereafter. Okay. And responsibility of family members. Ni ada dalam Quran ya. Ni wa qadara rabbuka alla ta'budu illa iyyah imma yablughanna 'indaka al-kibara ahaduhuma aw kilahuma fala takul lahumā uffin. Kat sini dia kata whether one of both of them has reached old age. Kenapa dia cakap old age? Kenapa tak cakap kenapa tak cakap je parents? Buat je baik kepada parents. So kenapa nak cakap tolong parents whether one or both of them reach old age? Kenapa dia kata kat old age kat situ? Because old age ni kita tahu orang yang getting older they face a lot more functional disabilities kan. So sebab tu kat sini sebenarnya bukan nak tunjuk old age tu sangat, nak tunjukkan kita kena bantu orang yang ada functional disabilities ni lah. Okay. So okay, itulah. So family members we need to to help whoever who cannot function as normal individual. Okay. And there study that deaf children, for example, will benefit from parental attention and investment. And of course, the responsibility falls onto the individual itself. Tak bolehlah kita semua nak bantu dia tapi dia tak nak bantu diri sendiri. So the individual with hearing impairment himself need to help himself. Go and find help. Go and find resources. So kalau dah dapat hearing aids, pakai. Help yourself to wear the hearing aids, to help yourself to listen. Macam tu kan. Okay. Because Allah has mentioned, surely God does not change the condition on someone until they change that word which is in themselves. Okay. Inna Allah la yughayyiru biqawmin hatta yughayyiru bi anfusihim. Okay. Okay, how do we incorporate Islamization in hearing care education and practice? So first, in clinical setting, we incorporate Islamic input in the rehabilitation process. How? Macam mana we can incorporate Islamic input in rehabilitation? Anyone? Anyone has any idea macam mana?
Maybe during tinnitus treatment, we can actually pasang ayat-ayat Al-Quran.
Yeah, that is one of
for
the sound therapy
zikir.
kan. Very
Yes.
good. Very good. Yeah, I agree with you. I also have conducted some research lah on this one kan. Nanti kita cerita lebih on that one pasal menggunakan Quranic recitation as sound therapy. Okay. Another one is actually the goal of the rehabilitation itself can be set from Islamic perspective. Okay. So kata okay, kita selalu you tahu cozy kan? Tahu cozy tak?
Yes.
Tahu.
Okay. Before you give hearing aids to the patient, you always ask what is the cozy kan? So what are the target kan? Selalu kita macam letak, okay, target nak communicate daily life, target nak boleh bekerja, target nak cakap tempat bising, target nak cakap ni. Tapi ada tak target-target tu semua ada Islamic oriented punya target?
Ada.
Ada?
Like macam contoh, kalau contoh orang tu dia ada targeted situation like macam nak dengar ceramah kat masjid ke, dengar kuliah harian kat masjid ke, ataupun even nak dengar orang baca Quran ke.
Betul. So target of our rehabilitation to enable that person to become a Muslim. Kita bukannya cakap pasal, we do not just say in terms of specific ibadah, right? So kita tak cakap pasal spesifik ibadah saja. Okay, betul you cakap nak dengar ceramah, nak baca Quran, that is specific ibadah, but to function as individual, itu pun sebenarnya target as Muslim juga. Betul tak? Because we are all khalifah. So we need to apa to deliver our responsibility. So kita kena bawa dia ke situ. Okay, kita kena bawa dia ke situ. Kadang-kadang kita tak sedar yang target-target yang kita bagi dekat klinik ni is actually ada infusion of Islamic concept. Tapi kita lah kena make the discussion Islamic oriented. Faham tak? So macam nak cakap, okay, kalau tak boleh bekerja tak disebabkan masalah pendengaran, dia jadi OKU, tak boleh bekerja. So macam mana nak sedarkan yang the hearing aids ataupun intervention is needed in order for you to function as a normal person, and the functionality or as a normal person and to contribute to the society is actually what Islam is actually encourage or is actually ask us to do. So kat situ. Okay. Specific ibadah, and as the ni lah yang kita kata Islamic worldview ni, masukkan dekat dalam klinik tu. Bukannya kepada kita je ni, bukan. Ni part of dakwah to our patient as well. Okay. Boleh?
Boleh doktor.
Nampak Okay. So, second part is in academic setting, in integrating the Islamic input in hearing and speech sciences curriculum. So this is what we actually are doing now. So that's why I actually initiated and proposed the Islamization class in clinical practice. Hopefully tak terlambat lah. But not only, I mean, this is not the only mean how Islamic input is being integrated into our curriculum. Banyak lagi in other subjects and whatnot. And in industrial setting, we promote healthcare among other employees. Okay. Contoh, nak pakai hearing protection devices in the factory, for example. Macam mana benda ni is Islamic? How does this Islamic?
By taking care our body yang mana Allah bagi sebagai amanah.
Betul. That is a responsibility of khalifah juga kan. And apart from that, Allah has mentioned yang do not put yourself into disaster. Kalau kita dah tahu benda tu akan wala tulqu bi aidikum ila tahluka. So jangan letakkan tangan kita dekat dalam tahlukah, dekat dalam disaster. So when we know that noise is dangerous to us, so we need to take a protective action to protect our hearing from getting harms. So by wearing all of the protection devices lah. Macam tu lah. Okay. Now the second fundamental work is we did compile Quranic verses on hearing sciences and hearing impairment. So we put all the keywords related to hearing sciences, ear, hearing, deaf, banyaklah lagi keyword dia, adalah beberapa puluh. Okay. And then we search through the Quranic search engine, and then we gather all the verses, and then from that we did a thematic analysis. We put themes onto each of the verses, and then we discuss the theme revolving around hearing sciences. Banyak lagi team. Contoh team law, Allah cakap kisah kan, potong telinga dibalas dengan potong telinga, potong tangan dibalas dengan potong tangan. So yang itu we do not discuss on that one, but we discuss whatever related to hearing sciences. So this work is inspired or following the tafsir maudu'at punya methodology. Okay. And then what we got is ini ongoing work lah. Siapa yang berminat untuk bekerja sama dengan saya, we have actually analysed from juz 1 to juz 10, and then ada yang belakang-belakang tu belum analyse lagi, tak sempat lah, saya sangat tak sempat. Okay, siapa yang berminat, I call forward siapa yang berminat, bolehlah bagi tahu saya, kita boleh buat sama-sama untuk tadabbur ayat, insyaAllah. Okay, so the total verses containing keywords related to hearing sciences ada 58 keywords. Okay, and then we gather around no. Total verses related to keyword ear, deaf, hear, listen, heed. Ada 58 verses. Okay, out of these 58 verses, now we come up with 4 themes. There are attributes of Allah, attributes of God, false God, hearing perception, and Islamic law. So on the theme of hearing perception, we further analyze and sort of try to understand what is actually contained in the Quranic verses regarding hearing perception. So this is what we got. So under the theme of hearing perception, okay, so we have proper hearing, we have function of hearing, we have improper hearing, and then we have the discussion on hearing loss. Okay, so let's go one by one. Kat mana I nak mula dulu? Okay, so hearing loss. Hearing loss could be psychological or physical. Psychological ni maksudnya apa? Maksudnya orang tu physically dia tak ada pun hearing impairment, tapi he refuse to listen to the message of Allah. Okay. So on the physical pula hearing impairment, it may lead to improper hearing. So what is improper hearing? Only listen to false input, disobey without understanding, disobey with understanding. Okay. And then we go to function of hearing. So function of hearing, we can use as a tool of for reflection, as a trial. Kalau kita dengar benda tak baik pun, boleh jadi fitnah juga. And then as a medium to make decision. Okay, so kita ada masuk dekat dalam kita punya telinga, goes to our brain, masuk dekat auditory memory, and part of the auditory input tu dia akan pergi dekat decision making punya part of our brain. Okay, so yeah, so that's why as a medium to make decision jugalah. So if yang I cakap tadi as a trial tu, kalau if we use it negatively, it may lead to this improper hearing lah. Okay. And the tool of reflection can be achieved by proper hearing. Okay. So this proper hearing, apa maksud proper hearing is to listen with attention, and another proper hearing ni physical lah, to face source of sound. Allah ada juga bagi this situation where people's facing the source of the sound as one of the method of hearing. Actually this one is kita punya what you call it, listening strategies kan, listening strategies. Okay, so insyaAllah doakan I can complete all of the 30 juz insyaAllah. Siapa yang berminat boleh mari kita bersama-sama. Okay. And one fruitful reflection from the study is each time the word hear appear in the Quran, it does not simply refer to only physical hearing, but it rather reflects to the action of hearing with heart. Okay, so this means that physically, when you are physically fit to hear, it does not necessarily contribute to the person infirmity or accountability of his virtue or her virtue, and it does not accountable for the outcome of behavior after perceiving the input. Okay. And the word deaf in the Quran did not simply refer to physical deafness, but it referred to the psychological deafness. Okay. And Allah does not emphasize on the concept of on the concept of disability in Islam, because someone is not determined by physical hearing status, but on how the person perform the action of hearing to increase their piety. So ini kita kata apa, inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. Allah tak cakap inna akramakum indallah, yang mana yang normal hearing. Siapa yang paling mulia di kalangan Allah bukannya orang yang normal hearing, bukannya orang yang apa telinga bagus, mata bagus, rupa cantik, tak. Paling mulia di kalangan Allah is atqakum. Siapa yang paling bertakwa. Okay. So we hope that this study may become future references in audiology field for both Muslim and non-Muslim scientists. Okay. So kat sini kita nampak yang okay, Allah ni sebenarnya dia macam mana? Uh, kau boleh targetnya is whatever impairment that you have, it should not actually it should uh, it should not impact your ability to become a good Muslim. Macam tu nak kata. Itu kita punya goal. Macam tu. So that's why walaupun ada hearing impairment, kita try untuk pakai any intervention in order for us to perform our religious duty at our best. Macam tu. Okay. Okay. Another work is clinical work. I developed a questionnaire to investigate the effect of hearing loss towards understanding and practicing Islam. And this questionnaire is called IPM3P, Inventory Persepsi bagi Muslim yang memiliki masalah pendengaran, has 36 items. So ada tiga domain lah, I would say tiga domain, tiga parts. Okay. So first is persepsi terhadap tanggungjawab, persepsi terhadap pelaksanaan, persepsi kesukaran. Okay, kita nak tengok among Muslim hearing impairment ni, how do they practice Islam? Bukan ada punya level of Islamic practice, and then the level of difficulty to perform Islamic practice and Islamic understanding. So what is the purpose of this questionnaire? Adakah kita nak measure disability orang, which is opposed to what Allah mentioned in the Quran? Tak. So the purpose of this questionnaire is to become a motivation, to become a motivational tools lah for the patient. Before they, katalah kita dah set kan, okay, kita harapkan dengan memakai hearing aids, we can listen to the Quran recitation better, we can recite the Quran better, macam tu kan. So kita ambil baseline lah sebelum pakai hearing aid. Okay, these are your level of difficulty. And then kita nak tunjuk dia, lepas dia pakai hearing aids, this level of difficulty has reduced. Macam tu lah, as a motivational tool. Okay. Untuk patient nampak perubahan before and after intervention. Okay. Okay, and then as a consequence of this questionnaire development, okay, we use this questionnaire to actually measure the effect of hearing loss towards Islamic understanding and practice among adult with hearing impairment. Maksudnya kita measure lah distribute the questionnaire among adult with hearing impairment. So what we found out is siapa yang pakai hearing aids, those who do not use hearing aids find it more difficult to perform Islamic and understanding understanding and practice as compared to those who wear hearing aid. And the difference is significantly different lah. Okay, statistically proven macam tu. So here we conclude that hearing aid has shown to be helpful in elevating the difficulty faced by people with hearing impairment in performing and understanding Islamic teachings. So ini antara contoh-contoh lah yang or kita boleh kata evidence based practice lah. Okay, untuk kita actually propose ataupun prescribe hearing aids to the Muslim patient. Okay. Ini dah and then this finding as well, I hope to be to be brought to higher authority lah, pusat zakat and what not, untuk banyakkan lagi kita punya hearing aids fundings because of these findings lah. We want our Muslim patient to become to become the Muslim at his best, macam tu. Despite whatever hearing impairment level that they have. Macam tu. Okay. Another one is we identify the potential sound for sound therapy methods to improve working memory and attention in children with ADHD. Okay. So what we found out is that kat dalam ni apa dia punya findings. Ini related dengan third study. Okay. Kat dalam ni I go to third study lah, lagi senang I nak cerita. Okay. Okay, here in the third study, I would like to understand the effect of different masking noise, different noise to the attention and to the efferent auditory system. Efferent auditory system ni, if you remember lah, my lecture, OAE lecture, tak tahu I ke yang ajar you OAE. So, ya ke? I ke yang ajar? I pun tak ingat. Okay. So this efferent auditory system, kejap you guys ada lagi kat situ ke? Sebab senyap je, data dah
Ada.
Ada.
Okay, good. Mendengar? Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay. So, what is the function of efferent auditory system? We actually perceive input ascending, kan? Ascending daripada outer ear to middle ear to inner ear process, transform into electrical signal, sent to the brain. Okay. So sampai kat brain ni, apa jadi? Apa jadi sampai kat brain? So proses, betul proses. Lepas tu macam mana dia boleh turun pula? Macam mana boleh jadi ascending and descending? Descending ni efferent ni descending lah, samalah. So bila sampai dekat brain sense, oh okay, this sound is too loud, for example. Okay. So because of this sound is too loud, okay, this efferent, mana dia? Sekejap. Oh, ni lah dia, laser pointer. Okay. So, untuk dia gerak pula. Okay. This efferent auditory system ni, okay, it will bring the signals from the brain. Dia macam reflex lah. Okay, kalau ada loud sound ke, okay. So it will bring these reflexes to the cochlea. Okay, and then kalau dia terlampau kuat, it will actually, dia akan modulate the cochlea again. Berapa banyak cochlea should actually amplify in response to the incoming sound. Macam tu. Okay. So if the incoming sound is too strong or too loud, this cochlea ni, dia reduce lah dia punya gain. Otherwise, what will happen? Damage lah this cochlea. Kalau ada loud sound, dia pun ikut sama amplify according to the intensity of the loud sound, kan. So damage lah this cochlea. Ini yang kita panggil non-linear concept. Non-linear concept. Cochlea ni dia accordingly, kalau sound tu terlampau kuat, nah dia amplification dia tak adalah kuat, tak adalah too much macam tu. This dia punya, kita panggil efferent auditory system ni, first functionnya is to protect the cochlea. The second one, dia sama konsep macam you punya acoustic reflex, tapi acoustic reflex dia punya termination is at the middle ear. So dia arahkan middle ear muscle yang untuk stapedius muscle yang untuk contract and tak bagi your punya middle ear to amplify that much. Okay. But this efferent olivocochlear pathway ataupun kita panggil medial olivocochlear reflex, function dia untuk protect cochlea. Okay, panjang pula cerita I kan. So what we found is another function selain protection of the cochlea. This efferent function ni, function dia is to actually help listening in noise. Okay, so kalau ada bunyi speech, it will amplify. Dia pandai tau. Dia boleh detect. If this speech spectrum, macam mana nak tahu speech spectrum? Speech spectrum is fluctuating in nature. So kalau ada fluctuating speech, fluctuating stimuli, fluctuating energy, dia detect that as speech, and then dia ask the cochlea to give more gain towards that particular stimulus. Tapi kalau ada noise, for example you listen in the noise kan, okay, you dengar dekat dalam sekeliling bilik you, ada bunyi aircon, ada bunyi kipas, macam mana you can actually concentrate to my speech as compared to the other noises around. Ni lah antara function efferent auditory system. Dia suppress bunyi noise because they can detect actually what are the configuration of this noise. Dia dapat detect, brain dapat detect, hantar dekat this efferent auditory system. Efferent auditory system suppress this noise but actually amplify the speech. Macam tu. Okay. Ni So, okay. So, efferent auditory system ni kalau dia aktif, dia healthy, dia akan menghasilkan some sort of suppression towards noise lah kan. Some sort of suppression towards noise. Ini yang kita panggil suppression OAE. Okay. So, then previously, people always know that okay, efferent auditory system ni mostly can be actively or atau efficiently activated by broadband noise. Okay, kalau ada broadband noise, suppression dia akan tinggi. Okay, but we also studied other stimuli to investigate what are other stimuli that is actually efficient to activate this efferent auditory system. And surprisingly, okay, we study a lot of stimuli, ocean, rain, yasin, al-fatihah, broadband, waterfall. Okay, so among all of these 6 stimuli that we studied, we found out that waterfall and also fatihah has a similar strength or similar efficiency to activate this efferent auditory system. Okay, I nak cerita lebih panjang pasal ni sebab this is my interest lah, okay. So, kalau waterfall, we can understand because kalau you dengar bunyi waterfall, vroom, macam tu kan, dia actually bunyi dia macam kita boleh panggil uniform lah. Dia tak terlalu fluctuating. Dia lebih kurang sama dengan bunyi broadband noise. Okay. I hope I can play the sound to you tapi dia macam dekat mana-mana kat permukaan nanti lambat I nak cepat sikit. Okay, so tapi Al-Fatihah macam mana pula? Al-Fatihah speech sound. Betul tak? Macam mana dia boleh activate efferent auditory system? Yasin tak pula. Yasin is not a good good stimulus to activate efferent auditory system ya. So, nampak tak? When we did this study, okay, now we could actually understand. Pertama, as a Muslim, I believe this is a miracle from Allah because Allah dah kata dah, Al-Fatihah ni is syifa, right? So dia banyak syifa dia. Bukan kata Yasin tak ada syifa, tapi Al-Fatihah ni kenapa dia syifa? Because we have recited Al-Fatihah or in in our daily prayers 5 times a day, 17 times a day kan dalam setiap rakaat. So apa yang terjadi, this Al-Fatihah is actually dia dah jadi macam our sound therapy tau. So when we actually listen to Al-Fatihah, dia sebenarnya kita punya auditory system ni dia okay, previous research they found that this efferent auditory system can be strengthened. Kita boleh kuatkan our efferent auditory system. Untuk orang yang ada weak efferent auditory system, for example, orang yang ada tinnitus dan orang yang ada macam-macam lagi lah, banyaklah population yang ada weak efferent auditory system ni. This system can be strengthened. Okay, so previously macam mana diorang found out pasal strengthening ni? Previously dia tengok kalau kita bagi music therapy untuk orang yang ada yoga dancers, this system is strong. Sebab apa? Orang ni dia dah dia dancing tu along with the music tu has become a therapy for them and it has strengthened this efferent auditory system. So similar effect we presume for Al-Fatihah. Although Al-Fatihah is a speech stimuli, now when we have listened to this Al-Fatihah every day, it has become a sound therapy for our auditory system, and it actually can give a strong effect to this efferent auditory system. But Yasin, our subject is budak 6 tahun. So probably they have not been very familiar with Yasin, and that's why Al-Fatihah ni ada strong reaction towards our efferent auditory system. Oh, banyak pula I cerita pasal ni kan. Okay. So, all in all, as a Muslim, what is my message? So, my message is, okay, bacalah Quran tu. Okay, bacalah Al-Fatihah tu. Even though you do not understand, kalau walaupun dia tak ada, we do not understand Arabic, it will somehow has some effect onto our physiology in the body, including our auditory physiology, which I have actually studied and I have seen the miracles, and now I believe. Okay, so any comment and any reflection from this discussion? Anyone? Okay. Any why amazed Ahsanul? Alhamdulillah. Okay, boleh sampaikan ke orang insyaAllah. Okay. Any other reflection and other thoughts? Oh, I sambung sikit lagi pasal strengthening the efferent system. Okay, kalau efferent system kita ni kuat, what does it mean? It can actually filter. Kita boleh ada apa ya? Uh, one of the protective mechanism yang tinggi lah towards noise. Itu satu. The second one is we can actually better mediate our attention, auditory attention. So kita boleh suppress mana noise, kita boleh fokus mana speech. So that's the thing. Any other thoughts? Any other reflections? Anyone? Penat lah I cakap, I bagi you cakap pula.
For me, I think that it reflects again and remind me how great Islam is and how macam menyeluruhnya Islam ni and like that.
Ya, Alhamdulillah. InsyaAllah kan. So if you have actually a reflection or a tadabbur on anything, we can always exchange lah, because I think this is one of my interests lah, as being in IUM. So insyaAllah we can exchange knowledge kalau ada. Okay. As nak dengar from Amirul. Lebih tadi tak dengar suara dia. Mana Amirul? Aha. Kenapa? Tak dengar lah Amirul, apa dia? Oh, Ahsan. Okay. Korang share screen ke apa? Oh, okay, Amirul. Okay, bukan Ahsanul. Okay. Mana Ahsanul dah tak ada dah ni? Dah hilang. Aduh, hai. Okay, that's fine. Okay, anyone else? Hazrin Syafira, tak dengar suara dia tadi. Ke dah ada tapi I tak nampak muka kan. Hazrin Syafira? Any reflection? Tak ada. Anyone else? Sambil-sambil tu, I have actually... Kejap I have actually put attendance form in the chat box. Kindly fill in. Syahrunisa.
Can I speak in Malay?
Boleh.
Okay. So apa yang saya dapat reflect hari ni, it's just that macam maybe sebelum ni kita more fokus, maybe mungkin macam sebelum ni kita tanpa kita sedar kita lebih banyak fokus on the worldly perspective bila kita masuk dalam clinical setting. But hearing today's discussion delivered by Dr. Macam it kind of amazed me how Islam is syumul and kind of reflect balik saya tentang betapa kita jadikan Islam ni as our Islam tu sebagai adin cara hidup kita. Macam itulah. Where kita
Betul.
boleh influence in terms of bila kita nak buat kerja, bila kita sebagai servant of Allah, macam itulah.
Betul, setuju. Thank you, Sharnisa. Any last words from anyone? Ada? Okay, so hopefully, I dah admit tadi, I am not any near experts to the Islamization field. Tapi do we wait until we become ustazah to start off practice or even venture into the Islamization? Tak, sebab we are Muslim, right? So as a Muslim, this is our role. As a Khalifah, this is our role. Okay. So semua dah dapat link tu, dah boleh buka, try?
Boleh.
Boleh Okay. So try fill in that one. Kalau tak ada apa-apa, we end our session with Tasbih Kafarah and Suratul As.